People with ADHD need structure.
How dare you insinuate that I will not be chained by the shackles of your structure? I need to be free to do whatever I please.
Hey, yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. But what if I told you that by having structure, you could have more non-structure?
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, let me just pay these late bills and send these 2 apology emails for the meetings I've missed, and then please tell me more.
You are listening to ADHD Big Brother. It's the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD symptoms. I'm your host, creator of the ADHD Nudge program, author of Descending to the Top, and your ADHD Big Brother, Russ Jones. Nice to meet you. Like many of you, I am diagnosed with ADHD. I don't embrace it. I do not. But I do accept it. It ain't gonna bring me down. So let's learn about some stuff. Let's laugh about some stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, here is some stuff. What's up, guys? How you doing? Let's just get into it, all right? What is structure anyway? I looked up the definition, and it is... Structure is the arrangement of and relation between the parts of elements of something complex. What? I don't even have it in me to even start breaking that into bits and understanding it. It's like algebra of definitions. So I thought a structure was a building. So let's use that as our working model of structure. Structure is a building. So let's start with that. Let's just use that definition. Structure is a building. Done. How does that even relate to ADHD? Why do we need a building? Allow me to explain. Life with ADHD, it's like being a hamster in an open field. And I'd like you to follow me on this visual. Hear me out. Go with me on this journey. And I hope it will translate. Life for this hamster, it's all about staying alive and escaping the negative consequences of this chaotic situation he's in. You know, the quote unquote hawk that is flying over that wants to eat him. So we're zigging and zagging and we're constantly on alert. And anytime a shadow forms over us, we think, oh shit, that's the hawk, I'm dead. And we urgently scramble. That is life with ADHD. Now, the beauty of this hamster is that he's free to roam. He can go left or right or straight. The appearance of this freedom that he has, it's actually dangerous. Even though there's moments without the hawk's shadow and he's able to do as he pleases. So that's the short little hamster story. We are these urgent little hamsters in an open field zigging and zagging trying to stay alive. Now, when it comes to ADHD, there's a sense of needing freedom. Not being chained to certain schedules because it feels like it robs us of our identity and our need to be free. So how can I schedule a task at 7 o'clock 2 days from now? Because when 7 o'clock rolls around that day, how do I know I won't have something else to do? I mean, I can plan with all kinds of good intentions, but when that time rolls around, I'm going to feel trapped. And I can't have life feeling like I'm some pre-programmed robot. Like I do this at 7, then I do this at 8. This is what I do at 9, and this is what I do at 10. There's no life in that. And then on the other side of things, how can I schedule free time when I'm just going to spend that time thinking about all the things that I actually should be doing? It's such a corrupted free time. Well, here's what I say to this as your ADHD big bro. It's not one or the other. You don't need to build a structure for your entire day or your life, especially not at first. The secret to this structure is to start very small because we're masters at thinking, oh, okay, I get it. Structure. That's good. All right. And I'll just take it from here. Let me just structure the hell out of everything so I can raise the bar on this mother fludge pucky. And I've done that, by the way, many times. I've plotted my entire existence to the minute. And I think, okay, well, if that's the goal, structuring my life, then let me just start there and go all out. But nothing ever seems to gel for us when we do that. Like try to go to the gym as though you've been working out for 3 years. You're going to pull a muscle. You're going to burn out before you even get started. Or, we'll get a burst of organizational motivation. We're going to clean everything for an entire day and with all these organization systems that we swear we're going to use because they feel so good in the moment. And guess what never goes according to plan? Never. It just doesn't stick when we go all in from the get-go. So before you start building a bunch of rooms in this structure and put up all kinds of walls that are just going to feel constricting and like a prison, you just build the foundation, the outer walls and the roof, a big general box just enough to keep the hawk at bay. How this looks in the real world is to create one or two big picture things that you want for more control and confidence in your ADHD life. Do you want less chaos and more organization in your life? We'll use that as an example. So you just schedule 1 hour in the week to do something very specific to be more organized. You plan it, you block out that hour, make it an appointment in your app or whatever. Just set it up as though it's this important meeting that you can't miss. You're predetermining that no matter how you feel, you're going to attend that meeting and do the thing that you said you were going to do. Now, will this feel like you're shackled and a prisoner to a schedule? Yeah, probably. It absolutely probably will. In the moment, for sure. But there's 168 hours in the week. And yes, I did the math. I did that extensive research for this podcast. You're welcome. If you schedule one of those hours to be predetermined work that you know is good for you and that you've been wanting to do, mind you, then the other 167 can remain chaotic and free. And what you'll most likely feel is that once you're done with that organizing, there's a newfound feeling of accomplishment. You did the thing. It makes the slog worth it. And you won't know it until afterwards. So you kind of have to just trust and throw in with it at first. But try it. Just see for yourself. And the other benefit is that by putting in that time, you create the ability to be more free. So maybe now, after that work, you'll see the bills that you've misplaced and you pay them on time. You'll have prevented the anguish and the anger at yourself over an avoidable late fee. Or maybe you'll prevent the frustration and depression that comes from walking around in a room full of paperwork piles looking for that one thing that I swear to God, I left it just right over there somewhere. By setting up one chunk of time, you get to have the experience of success. That's crucial. This is a long game and we're short game people. So the key is to build up experience at what it feels like when we do the thing that we said we were going to do. And as you get a handle on your life by utilizing these scheduled chunks of time, the freedom it will create will be realized. And the emotional freedom, it'll be fantastic. So just to reiterate, you got to resist the urge to just go for it all. The temptation, it's so real and I know it well. I'm going to structure my diet, my finances, my environment. My family life. It will not work. It twilln't. You can do it all, but you got to space it out over time. Here's a visual that will maybe help with that. It's like you block 1 hour per week to do one thing. And then after a month, after you've got it down, you add another hour in the week for something additional. You do this, and after 1 year, you will now have 12 hours in the week structured, and you'll be a master at it. And 12 hours, like if you imagine 12 hours right now, it probably seems ridiculous and overwhelming. It's like, where the hell am I going to get 12 hours? It's there. It is there. You will find it over time, but not right off the bat. And I speak from experience. I currently have over 12 hours of structured, scheduled time. And I also feel like I have more spare time. It happens. It can happen over time. Got to take it slow. All right. My question for you this week is this. What appointment will you set for yourself this week? Something not fun and exciting that you will do to create your hawk-free environment and give yourself that feeling of accomplishment. Not what are you going to do to completion. You don't have to finish. The only thing you have to finish is that hour. And then let me know what you're working on. Head over to ADHDBigBrother.com, click on contact, and tell me. And if you have anything, do you want to know anything, ask any questions about any of this, feel free, reach out. And if you need that extra bit of support and guidance, you can always sign up for the Nudge program. Guys, I'm here to serve. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave a review. Those reviews are so helpful to me, and they make me feel good. I like them. All right, that'll do for now. Have yourselves a great week. Later.